Hello everybody, my name is Stef. Welcome to my new video. Today I'm gonna talk to you about my favorite, I think he is definitely my favorite blues artist and definitely the one that influenced me the most through the years, Mr. Freddie King. I'm gonna show you 4 trademark licks in the style of Freddie King using minor pentatonic scale in the key of C. So first of all, as you notice, I'm playing with finger picks, okay? Now, this is exactly what Freddie King was doing, although I'm not using finger picks just because I saw Freddie King doing it. It's mostly because I play also acoustic, finger picking style, and so I'm used to have these finger picks, and for me to switch between regular pick or finger picks, it was a little bit challenging. So I decided to go for the option that made me feel more comfortable, and is definitely this one. In this case, it helps a lot because that's exactly the sound that Freddie King was having, because he was playing with finger picks too. You just have to find the right one. In this case, I used the Pro Pick ones that are just working fantastic for me on both acoustic and electric side. But anyway, let's dive into the first lick. This is one of his trademark way to start a solo. Key of C, okay, minor pentatonic. We are here, fret number 8, okay? And this is the first lick, so 5th, root note, and then you bend the 7th up to the root note too. You can also play it just, instead of bending, you can just play the note here on the 13th fret, okay? Or as you prefer. Both options are great. So this is a very good way to start a solo. And of course, the vibrato is very, very important. Fundamental, I would say. All right, so lick number 2. This is one of those licks that Albert King was using too, and definitely influenced a lot of guitar players of the following generations, like for example, Stevie Ray Vaughan and many others, or Eric Clapton and so on. Is this lick. So we start from the root note, as you see, the absence of reverb and the finger picks give this really sharp, edgy sound that was a trademark, was a classic in Freddie King style, and made it so recognizable. So again, slowly. Now this lick can be repeated continuously like in a loop. So one way that Freddie King was using to get out of this loop was to close it like this. These 2 notes at the end sounds very similar to when you sing the blues. A lot of guitar players, even without the slide, the bottleneck, they were trying to emulate singing. So the fact of finishing with these 2 very sharp notes, it really, really helps. The vibrato on the minor 3rd definitely reminds me Stevie Ray Vaughan, right? This is a classic also in Albert King style. All right? So this was lick number 2. Let's go straight to lick number 3. Now, lick number 3. We just have to move here to the following position, the 2nd box of the minor pentatonic scale in the key of C, so fret number 13. Now, when we are here, what we have to do is just to play 3 notes. Root note, minor 3rd on the first note, or the first string, sorry, and the 4th, okay? Now the way that Freddie King was playing was to bend the 4th. And this sound has to be very, very sharp, very, very in tune, and also the vibrato, don't forget. Very, very important. So this was, for example, a very good lick. So you see, it's not rocket science, it's very easy stuff, but the intention you play this stuff with makes definitely the difference. So, and the way you play between these three notes definitely is what Freddie King style is about. You can include some legato, like this, for example, really helps. Yeah. Or you can play two strings together. This is a classic also in Albert King style, you find this a lot. And then lick number 4. Lick number 4, I only heard Freddie King doing this. So basically is bending the root note up to the 9th, okay? So when you bend this note, the 7th, up to, you bend it to the root note, okay? So we are back in the first position of the scale. 7th, here, bend it, one old step to the root note, and basically what you do, you bend even more to reach the 9th. And then you go back and bend up again to the root note. So like this, possibly without picking again, so only with one pick only. Also a little bit dirty like this. If you are uncomfortable doing everything on the same fret because you're playing with big strings, well, you can cheat. So basically what you can do, instead of bending everything from the 7th, you can move a fret forward on the 12th. Now this note is wrong, but if you bend it fast and quick, you don't notice it. So you bend this one to the 9th, then you come down and you immediately bend the 7th up to the root note, okay? Now, these 4 licks, of course, they can play in sequence. You can build an entire solo using this lick, okay? So, once you're here, you can connect to this one, or let's call this one our starting lick, okay? So this was first lick, and then the bend, and then, all right. Or instead of bending, we can go straight to the root note here, and from here, and so on. So guys, I really hope this short and quick class was useful for you. I love Freddie King. If you love Freddie King too, I'm sure you can start practicing these 4 licks and include them in your playing. Have fun and see you next video.